From the retirement home to the lobby. Yeah, that's the intro we're going for tonight. We got the good old boys of RXL and Co. taking on Tempest for tonight's matchup for Riot X League. A new up-and-coming league so far. A little bit of adversity between these teams as everybody has been trying to just gun out and have some fun. Now, getting everybody in lobby, getting everything situated, it is looking like these teams should be pretty evenly matched tonight. On the side of retirement home, we got Greed, Panday, Russian, RXL, and Numingo. Over on the other side is Tempest. Still getting players in the lobby, but we got Yahir, Ziv, Siggy, and Sty. Now, there's been a lot of trash talk between the teams, a lot of friendly banter, because these guys all know each other going way back. So, you know, you see us typing in chat, don't think nothing of it. The map poll tonight will be an absolute banger, though. As we're going to be kicking things off with the classic of Consulate, followed in with a heavy hitting map played like Border. Now, long hallway control is what I'm reading for all of these maps. It's going to be about who can just keep that gun up and keep the angle tight enough to take advantage of the guy swinging. Now, you're thinking, you know, peeker's advantage, that's how you play this game. That's what matters, right? Well, we're going to see how they play that out. Now, the old school guys of retirement home, the joints are aching, the bones hurt. May not, you know, win up to some of these gunfights that they need to. However, we're going to see if Tempest has the mettle to temper their way through this match. Let me go through. We're making sure all the teams are ready to rock. I gotta go update this. Oh my. Yeah, I'm really liking what we're seeing though from map pool. Really do not want to get to Fortress, guys. This is my first one back all month. I know you guys don't care about where I've been, so I ain't gonna bother to tell you. But Fortress, I don't know if we're gonna. I don't want to see it, but I got a feeling these two teams, they're gonna walk the whole way there if they can. Either way, it looks like the teams are ready. I'm going to let them know I'm good to rock and roll whenever they are. And Consulate will be underway shortly. So, you're joining me back here as the band phase is commencing, and we already see the Denari, Snake, Tachanka, and Ying bands coming out. Now, I'm liking that band list so far. Plays very, very well. And the ideal of, well, Tachanka's kind of strong for this map. Plays a lot of weird off angles that you just can't quite scratch when you have a smoke or just a Goyo. Other end of the board, though, they lose a lot of that quick plant ability that is honestly just so vital to how this map plays out. The Ying's gone, you're going to have a lot less utility to burn, a lot less to dump into these rooms and push these guys out of position. Snake gone, that means maybe a good heavy roam from the Tempest team. We know they got the gun skill on board. We know that they're going to be out here just swinging and having some fun. You know, they can beat the old guys. They got the better reaction times. It's all just going to be whether they can actually hit those shots when they go around that corner. Already, though, we see you here, down here, lounge setting up. We have Siggy down Visa office. I'm hoping for a good two-man roam. But it looks like we may not see it. Instead, it may just be the Soulless on her own solo roam. From this attacking team, the loss of the Solid Snake has not slowed the intel down at all. We got Russian bringing out the Deimos, as well as a Dokkaebi on board from Panday. Again, they're setting up for a good solid clear here. Grim setting up Bs too. Everything going the right direction, and there's Russian. First pickup on the board onto Sty. Goodbye Mute, and that's a C4 out of pocket and gone. Now, his jammers still going to be a bit of issues for the drone game, but they can work that out later. Live ping's going on to Solus from Greed. They know she's bottom yellow. And Damo's going to be the one forcing the track with a rickshaw, holding it down, making sure she can't rotate back up to safety. Has the cheeky angle on it. Instead, maybe giving it up and letting her retake space as she pleases. The swing is coming, though, spraying through. We got Russian down below, playing the aggressor role against her. Grenades landing, pushing close. Instead, you hear, able to find one up. Down goes Russian. Trading life for life real quick. They bring it back to a 4-4, and you hear is out of there as he's rotating himself down through basement, back to safety. The upside down repels in long game playing by the rest of these attackers. Trying to find themselves an opening that's just not quite there. This defense is really well prepped out for what we're seeing. Now, I got a feeling we're going to have to see some hero antics out of a player like Numingo, who's looking like he's trying to aggress over into this admin side. He is met by one in copy. That's Siggy. Zivin eating some damage from Ariksha. Ariksha extremely low, but still managing to stay 10 toes down. Here, back down into basement. In Kellers now. I mean, this Solus is in a perfect spot, and they're not really even worried about her. Phone call coming out from Panday. Numingo and Panday clearing across. Now they do have the admin side control taking break, but there is still this guy in a hallway. Siggy has the shields, and he has all of his devices still set up. Defending flashes and grenades, and that's the utility you need to clear him. Here now, finally being pushed around. We hear Greed break open that bottom visa, forcing you here up. However, they are all around him. Phone call coming in. Live pings out. Numingo knows he's there. A swing from Panday will not land. Greed going to come up behind. Find you here in the back. And that also forced Siggy out of his safe spot. All that utility going out quick. We still have 2 smoke grenades in pocket for Ziv. But in a 3v4, you're going to need every bit of utility you can get. Hot draw from Ariksha. No time left as we get down to 10 seconds. 3v3. Numingo goes in. Goes gun heavy. Gets it down onto Zivin. Left at 1 HP. And we see Greed pick up the last one. As the retirement home manages to close out that round in their favor with literal milliseconds left. Talk about retirement and taking it to the very end. So, next round in plotting, looks like the Tempest team may go back upstairs. Again, the smoke on board really didn't get too much utility out of there. Bought a little bit of time, but he died with most of them in pocket. And they lost that mute early on with a C4. Big, impactful pieces of utility to lose early on. It's just not able to stay up and maintain it. Goyo is on board this time, though. And let's see what they're going to pull with them. Looks like they're buying way more time with this strategy, as there's also a Fenrir instead. Now, you know, we all love to see a good roam from a Solus, right? She got some kills, and she bought a ton of time. But looks like the main goal now, just utility. Set it up, defend it, and hold it. Leaving rotate over into manager side from the break room. Suggests we're going to see a bit of an extension out towards admin. I really do enjoy seeing that. On the side of retirement home, though, full intel yet again, but this time they're going to be backing Ariksha in as he goes heavy with the shield. And it might be a fast yellow take. The speed this Monty is putting on the Jets. But no guns in behind him yet. Looks like they may be clearing, and they're going to be coming through first floor. Going to keep up on his tail. Monty has full yellow side control. He is walking up, walking ahead. Met with a Fenrir. Sees some Goyos. Sees the mute jammers. And probably begging for a grenade to start clearing some of this utility. And the Twitch does do the job right. Getting rid of the Goyo that's there to block. Loses one to a C4, which is a great use of the Twitch utility. I mean, a C4 is a big piece. The Twitch drone, a little bit useless after a while. But loses her next one without taking away too many gadgets. Shotgun now holding close up in Secretary. Sty gonna be playing on this camera. Ziv up above, laying some damage to Russian. Oh no, that wasn't Sty who did that. It was Zivin who's playing up there with that shotgun. Trying to battle out the Monty. Puts a smoke on him. Monty now pushes up. Maybe an over aggression and extension. He moves ahead, but some fire onto Zivin. It's got to sting just a little bit. But he will get the quick shot onto RXL, and down goes your Monty. Your bulwark for the push. Suddenly destroyed. Ping's going out now. Yahir looking to take this fight against Russian. Russian just moving quick. Took a bit of damage. Just, you know, trading some shots back and forth. But Yahir making a smart play. Extend this roam game. Keep yourself alive and just keep playing on longer. Moves it down to basement. Now grenade coming up. Looking for Goyo. Goyo not even phased by it. Phone calls coming out. They know he's still there. We're going to see the drone fly over. But Goyo has himself a mute jammer. No, he doesn't. It's going to hit him. And they are playing the floor game now. That revolver does not have quite as many shots as that TCSG does. And he is hunting through the floor, not able to find too much. Domingo, though, is up top of yellow stairs. Manages to get one pick. Almost two, but Stide manages to duck the headshot. Gets around him. You hear it coming up behind. Gets one. Ziv to find one. Shotgun from Stide to find Greed. And Tempest take a very clean round, too. And it didn't come down to the final seconds. Just kidding. It was a very, very long round. Ladies and gentlemen, if every round plays out that long and we go all 3 maps, buckle up, get some popcorn. We're going to be here till 2 o'clock in the morning, I think. I mean, we're 15 minutes in and we're only up to round 2. Whew. I'm going to need another lemonade.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So for their second slight pick of the game, they're bringing it downstairs to the basement. Again, playing a very, very heavy denial strategy. Rooney Gates mixing it up, bringing that Mira, who I'm surprised was left on board. You know, Tachanka's pulled. Denari's pulled. You guys left a Mira up in exchange for that? Doesn't make all that much sense to me. Castle, though, gonna be an absolute guarantee for this map. Help lock down more of sight. And what I am excited for is this Siggy roam. He is playing as the Vigil, removing quite a few drones. I think we see 3 down. And this man has all the map to play with. On the attacking side, they're going to pull RXL off the shield this time. Instead, Russian's going to break out that blitz. Now, if his name's anything to go off of, I'm hoping to see him just force this blitz straight down at him. RXL looks like he wants to try and take a gunfight here against Siggy, who's playing the yellow side stairs. RXL looking for an angle for it. But I don't see Siggy being the kind of person to go up on that wild swing. However, what I do see is Russian is in, and they are going for the full face check clear of this map. He is clearing up top, moving full force, full speed, all the way across, with Domingo in right behind him. Domingo pistol up, ready to rock. They do have Siggy yellow side. They've got Zivin up here as well. Zivin being the one to watch for that angle. And it looks like he may be the bait for Siggy, as Siggy is still just chilling here. Ability on. Russian has them almost pinned down, pushing them back down yellow with no contention. And Domingo shotgun up. I thought he was going to get that, you know, quick clear. Siggy was right there on stairs. They didn't even bother with him. Instead, though, they use this as their opportunity to start taking up above, get that vertical control, and start ripping open some of these floors. As we do see Panday is playing as the sledge. That's going to be a good, quick hit, but you run into issues with all of these C4s on board. Siggy still just keeping yellow locked onto himself, and he is now back to sight. They've got full vertical control now, and we do hear walls starting to come open from RXL, the old man doing his job. Blitz is coming down spiral, and he's going to be met with Siggy. Impact out, but does not land. Let's see if Russian really has the waifu buff. He's clearing his way forward. Second impact comes out. Does not deal enough, though. And he is swinging this man pistol in hand, looking for a body. Rooney coming over to assist her teammate, at least gets him out of harm's way. And Siggy and Russian just trade a little bit of damage back and forth. Mira's there. She slips away, takes some damage as she goes. RXL has that yellow side control, taking some damage, but backing off. Greed looks like he wants to aggress this main breach. As he's walking up, finding a long angle over there. But Kaid with that TCSG, the absolute sniper that it is, will take him down. Ariksha to find one. Numingo, though, will nade his team and go down to a pistol from Sty. Ariksha planning the timer going down. Panday above, looking to maybe assist his teammate. Instead, Ariksha will get dropped as he plants it. And it's all up to Panday now, having to hold down this vertical. He does have the advantage, though. But they've got so many bodies up that they can use to try and take him down. There's one swinging him. He gets the kill on the castle. Up top with him, though, is the Vigil. And the diffuser's going down. McCade will get picked, almost finding Sty. Instead, Siggy will shut him down and deny the clutch. Tempest pull a second round straight. Maybe the retirement home is listening to their own words and thinking about retirement. But that was a bit of a rough execution coming through. Tempest just took advantage of that chaos that they caused. Especially with that own team grenade. Next ban coming, not surprised if it's a Deimos. Instead, no, we see Monty and Vigil pull off board. That Vigil makes a lot of sense. Siggy was insanely dangerous on that roam game. Sure, he didn't do too much damage, but the fact of how we were watching him be used as kind of a coverage and bait and switch for that Mira up yellow side stairs, the fact that his presence on yellow was known about but unable to be cleared for so long because they didn't know which part of the stairs he was on. They even walked almost to him at one point with just a thin little piece of wall separating them. I don't mind that. It was good utility out of that Vigil. Something that's better than just, hey, I'm going to go take some gunfights while they can't spot me. We do finally see it, though, come down Expo in Piano, and it is a vertical extension off of that. Once again, Mira Castle still on board as they elected to ban the Vigil off. I mean, I would have got rid of the Mira. She's annoying. A little bit more utility with the secondary shotgun and the C4s, but at the same time, Retirement Home's biggest issue so far for this map has been speed, and clearing this roam game is going to take them forever, especially when you have a Vigil to deal with who's playing as well as what Siggy's been with it. I know he's 1-1, but you got to understand my point of view on that. Deimos starting to take charge. He's already down towards basement, clearing electrical side and just looking for a either quick, easy pick or just some space on this map. Over on the other side for the rest of the retirement home, Russian looking to play some window games here as Cam is right there chilling with the Mute. They get the drone out, but Mute has that C4 in pocket, electing instead of using it to try and play some advantage, he's giving up that manager side control, maybe trying to bait the rappel. Instead, almost loses his head to that window. Like I said, it's going to be a vertical game. It's not all about just forcing the site. These guys got to get this upstairs control, and right now they're a little bit stalled on that. However, Numingo looking to maybe be that spearhead for his team. Walked himself up spiral. Has some good control. Russian scanning across, and we see Yahir take some damage up in Secretary. And like a scalpel, Deimos is in. He's got people around him. There's 3 of them up here, all holding some coverage angles to one another. But if he can even snake down the Solus or find a cheeky angle over to Castle, it changes this around. He slips in, puts some damage on you here, gets the down with a shotgun, and sneaks away without even taking a bullet himself. Russian and Green now both up to assist. Phone call going out onto Mira. That's going to at least deny her some time. And Numingo trying to find himself an angle over onto her. She has that Mira for protection. She's looking for the pre-fire angle. He ducks below, getting some coverage from the soft walls. And Panday gonna send some flashes in there to maybe trip off this guy in the side room. Cam, though, C4 at the ready. And Panday sneaks himself over, almost getting in. A rickshaw, though, with a 2K from yellow stairs. Puts this one into some heavy favorites for the retirement home. 2v4, Sty looking for the peak war against the rickshaw. Not able to find it, but he's got that piano for some coverage. And instead, the vertical will punish. Domingo to find Siggy as we see Retirement Home bring it back up even 2-2. I like what we're seeing from that Deimos play. He's working this map like a precision instrument. He's not being the hammer. He's not being the chainsaw. He is the scalpel. He is the nail. He is just coming through, making a nice sneak in through there, and getting some great picks out of it. I want to thank all you guys who just jumped in and dropped some follows. That has put me towards my yearly goal of 1,000. Up at 920, and it is much appreciated. Massive shout out Panini for putting the ping out there for me. I just didn't get there yet, my guy. I'm sorry. But map 1 has been the game of tug of war. It's looked like a good song and dance between these two. Both teams exploiting each other any way they can. You know, we've seen the slow game hit. We've seen Retirement Home try some aggression. That last round, the aggression paid off very well. But as we draw towards the close of their attacking side, will they shuffle the speed up, or will Tempest just continue meeting them stride for stride? Not looking at a roam this time. Everybody's chilling up on second floor. It is up there for the console office. And Russian looking to put himself at least a little bit higher up on this kill board. Currently sitting 1-4. I got a feeling if he gets active now, it's going to be that X factor this team needs to keep themselves alive. We do see here drop down west side corridor over bottom yellow. Once again, the Solus Roam has been a bit of a good one for this team, as Retirement Home have kind of struggled to clear them. That being said, we got a rickshaw this time on the Deimos, walking bottom spiral and coming up behind everybody. Now, we did see here drop off that yellow side roam that he was holding. Flashbangs are coming in. We see a fast rappel in there from Panday as he's trying to take some space. He's got copy room all to himself. And out come the Flores drones. But that will be denied by the Mew. Of all the times to not have a Twitch, this one's got to be one that hurts just a bit. Greed, though, is chilling, playing like a villain, as the Ram gets a easy pickup on a Siggy as he over-aggressed that swing, kind of telegraphed it with the noise and the sound he was making as he swung over. And Cam dropping back off the aggressive spot now that he lost his cross to his teammate, and just looking to maybe play his gadgets here.
Launch spec scan.
Sty, though, still holding long desk. C4 still available to him. And a ton of impacts up for these defenders. They don't got to be super aggressive or have to actually swing to peak and take out these Goyos. Ariksha still playing below. May slow walk himself up and take control of yellow. However, it looks like, nah, did he just flip for spiral? He is flipping for spiral. We're watching Domingo go in and try and go wild. Lays some damage up onto Cam. Doesn't find the pick. Swings heavily towards the bathroom side. Shotgun pulling up close from Sty. Going for the swing. Trading damage. Sty to get the pick, though. Left down to half HP. Panday going in, attempting for a plant. Instead, shut down by smoke. And execute is a possibility here. But there's just so many bodies up. But so little time left. Ziv will go down. Headshot from Panday. And that definitely changes the outcome of this round so far. Russian just has to stay up. If ground peek out of Cam will be shut down. Sty left down to 1. C4 out. Greed for a 2K. And we see Retirement Home pick it back up to go 3-2. I'm sorry that Discord is... I didn't realize I still had Discord audio included. Whoops. Yeah, that's included for whenever I have other casters in. Did not realize it was still active, and yes, there is a server that just got hacked that I'm being spam pinged for. Don't worry, it's annoying me as much as it's annoying you guys. Back down to basement, though. Retirement Home currently comfortable in their position. You know, Consulate, you want to try and lead it defensive sided. Get that 4-2. But these guys managed to bring it 3-3 or even 4-2 in the attacking favor. Things might get real wicked for Tempest real quick. They do, however, have a very good setup to play this. The Mira on board, as well as the Kaid and the Castle. That just buys them a ton of time with the Aruni gates set up for everything the Castle can't cover. But a full hot swap out of the retirement home team, and we see a Fuse bringing the death from above. Oh, I'm excited to see this. I know Run would be happy to see a Fuse play as well as a certified Fuse player. Let's see if these old dogs have any more tricks. Siggy, though, bringing another trick out of the old basket. Gonna be up. Top Secretary. Instead, he is met by Russian, who is running him down as that blitz. And Siggy has no help. No friends up here to assist him. Instead, uses this to just back himself down to safety. Everybody is just currently looking for some map control. We do have Numingo in, getting active, trying to find the Solace. As soon as they get the all-clear call that he's not chilling up top stairs, I think they're going to start collapsing heavily. Russian, though, getting ready to drop Spiral. We do have Numingo, who's pushing down fast. This man is a pre-fire god, apparently, just looking for anybody he can find quick. But the defense has all dropped down to safety. Relative safety at that. As the Angel of Death is above them, and he is ready to rain. All this being said, though, you see a sneaky little Siggy coming up Spiral stairs. This could be a massive impact play if he's able to find one. Panday to be C4'd, though, by Cam. And that was an epic way for this round to kick off. However, if you're a fan of Retirement Home, you gotta be a little bit upset. Greed pinging out live. I got one of my Spiral stairs. Russian going over now to assist. Ariksha gonna go for wall as they have no more C4s to deny it. The Mirror will get hers out late. She's going for the kill instead of stopping the wall, and that is now wall opened up. Russian eating some heavy damage. Greed able to find the pickup onto Yahir, who came up on the teller's window side. And Russian is eating a lot of damage here from Siggy. Grenade gonna chase him back down the steps. Siggy running for his life. Russian healed up a little bit by that Finka boost. And we may witness a Spiral execute out of Russian yet again. We've seen him bring this shield down here last time. A little bit different situation, but all in all the same. And that is Numingo, though. This time, here to cover his boys. Back! Numingo in Russian. Tag teaming it up as Russian picks 2. And now it's a 1v4 situation. Numingo there to clear him out. And what a great shield play and double stack between these two. An absolute wombo combo. Hide the Damos behind the shield and just get in quick. Those are the type of plays I absolutely love to see. I mean, really, it just played out so well. These two teams, you know, they're duking it out, but we do see Retirement Home actually managed to bring this one up in their favor for the attacking side to start. And right here, this is what makes a good shield, that he's able to keep his defense up, get his boy to stay alive, and managing to find 2 kills out of it, all while they're able to pinch in and close the round out. Now, we are moving in to the 2-minute timeout break, so we will be taking a couple seconds here, just chatting with you guys, and I think we're actually going to dive in and listen to some comms real quick. So, let's listen in to the Retirement Home's call. Let me just find them. There they are.
Who's doing what spawn peak now? We could. If you guys want to get fucking heat check them.
Yo, I could spawn peek. He's a double door. Ah.
These are double door.
That's the most monkey thing. I didn't even think about that one. Are you gonna do like the
slip
face,
bro?
face?
Wait,
Oh,
how
you're
come
gonna do that?
Spawn
The
peek
slip
Yo,
suicide.
Someone's gonna be admin window then.
drone? Admin window?
Someone be peeking admin window.
I might do the suicide one.
I'll do admin window because if we lose me, it's not gonna be that big of a deal.
No, we're not gonna lose anyone. We're all gonna kill them. 5 minutes.
Hell yeah.
And if we do, oh well. We wanted to throw, right?
The only thing we really need reinforced bare minimum is the head hole wall and fucking suicide
What?
wall.
Oh, I'm gonna.
If you
run
want to
out.
reinforce white, go
I
ahead.
can
Oh, you're gonna run
reinforce
out.
All right, so they are absolutely trolling, memeing, and having a good time. And the scoreboard is telling a very interesting story. Greed and Domingo both pushing hard up through this map. 6 and 2, I believe I seen on Greed. Domingo up to 7 and 3. And everybody else falling dead even and doing some good work. On the other side, though, with Sty, Ziv, Yahir, Cam, and Siggy, they're not looking as hot. Sty, the only one who is even. And Band's coming out. They're getting rid of the Clash, but the Deimos goes away. Falling in was a Solid Snake and a Tachanka. The Tachanka band becoming increasingly more popular. I love some good Tachanka play. So I'm kind of upset to see him banned all of map 1. In your face, Glitter. Tachanka does get banned. But the Clash band is coming out a little bit wild, but if you watch the playstyle of Retirement Home, these guys are a little bit slower. I say that as if we didn't just witness a glorious rush between Domingo and Russian. But all in all, this team doesn't play that hyper-aggressive style of Siege. They tend to chillax and kick back a little bit, so the Clash band is perfect for them. Well, perfect for Tempest. The Deimos and the Snake band tells me that we're going to see some unorthodox playstyle out of these guys. And speaking of unorthodox playstyle, we do have Spawn Peak Central going on here. Panday setting up his run out. Russian Bosch ACOG set up. A Rickshaw looking for somebody off this admin window, and they are putting a round up towards him, which scares him away. But now he's got one dialed in. Going for the peak. He will lay some damage on to Siggy, but not take him down yet. It's just going to be a click battle between the two. And a Rickshaw will lose it. Domingo still waiting at Visa door. Waiting for this crossover. Russian backing off his. Panday going for the run out. Will find Cam off the long angle. And Russian or Domingo able to get one down as well, finishing him with a pistol. The Spawn Peaks have traded up so far. Damage onto Siggy and 2 picks in your pocket is worth a Rickshaw all day long. Now, as they drone in, they are down heavy on utility and heavy on intel. Dokkaebi and Grim are gone. You only lost 1 DMR on defense. You still have another one to take his place, as well as that Boss G. Sty, though, used the can opener to get open the catering door. Instead, he eats some damage out of catering wall. So now we got 2 bodies low on the attacking team, with the only one still full being your Heart Breacher, and freezing up above from Domingo. Or no, that was through the wall from the side. Sorry, I thought I seen that fall down. No, he is doing everything in his power to just deny this walk-in. Still up, still alive. He manages to slip himself away. Russian will go down, though. Suddenly, live count gone, but you still have the HP factor. Sty looking and hunting for anybody he can find. Everyone else now has dropped back and grabbed some angles. It seems like after the start of that round, these guys may be a little bit passive and scared of the Unks. The Unks put on one heck of an opening start to this round. However, dropping a body after that even things out a ton. Sty and Zivin now both in for the admin side. A little bit of a lag spike there. But Sty holding long, looking for Panday. Panday making the smart decision just to back off and let it be. Domingo, on the other hand, though, looks like he's still trying to play aggressive. All 3 up now on that teller side, admin side of the map. Fires are coming across. A swing out from Domingo will be traded. He finds Siggy, but Zivin will find Domingo. Ziv now looking across, seeing what he can find. Will get one up on Agreed. It is now Panday into a 1v2. He tucks himself into catering. Whips a C4. Will not find anybody with it. And with only 5 seconds left, he moves up, gets one up onto Sty, doesn't get away, and Ziv will clutch it up for Tempest at the very last second. He even got off the planter to do so. If we seen Panday just wait a little bit longer, he would have forced the plant to have to stick. But he just could not get himself back into cover before he got dropped. Excuse me.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Will the Unks keep themselves unwashed and keep the Fountain of Youth going for this map? Or will Old Time catch back up now? They let Tempest get one on him after having a little bit of a comfortable lead coming into this half. You know, for you to lose out on your defense, that might not be a good indicator for how this rest of this map may go. But we've seen this map play attacker-sided in the first half. RXL setting up the Deimos traps, of course, because who doesn't like, or sorry, not Deimos, Denari. God, there's too many characters whose names are very, very similar. Who doesn't love some good Denari play? In the most annoying spots you can think of, and they are really hard to get. However, they do have Siggy playing as their Twitch, so don't expect those Denaris to be too much of a trouble. And it looks like they may be starting a normal kind of opening push to come through main lobby. However, Russian is just chilling with that pulse scanner over on the emergency exit side, calling out, hey, these guys are coming for you. And he's just going to keep waiting, biding his time, and just feeding his team the comms they need. There is no other roamer out besides Russian right now. And his work is infallible with what he's doing. Keeping the intel game alive. Everybody upstairs right now just chilling. We will see a rickshaw bring himself over onto the room. Gonna take Grim on first. Pick going his way, starting with some body shots, even with the head angle lined up. Not able to find it, but still landing himself the kill onto Yahir. That's the Grim down. Things are not going to be pretty. Siggy trying to play a bit of an off angle up through a hatch. Panday is right there roaming around that hatch, but I don't know. Panday has a good spot. However, Russian below gonna shut down Siggy. That was Panday's main and really only threat, except now he's getting aggressive as he takes admin side to try and fight against Coffee. He's gonna have rounds ripping directly over his head, but still managing to stay up. He has that C4 in pocket, and it's gonna be more than enough to kill at least one of these guys. But with all three repels chilling and waiting on him, things may not look good. C4 will go out, but he is shut down as he goes for the throw. Crawls away, but Ziv is in, and Namingo will find Sty to trade it out. Play below from Russian still. He's feeding out the live pings straight to Namingo, who is going to use them to the best of his ability. Now chasing down Cam. Cam down to the 1v4. With the master of intel below him, the phone will blow up, and he just does not care. You don't need your drone or your cams anymore anyways. You have a teammate dead who can watch them for you. Shots ringing through for Cam. Cam's going to drop. He wants to try and find this pulse. However, what you run into is a pulse with a shotgun who's going to lay some damage. Reaper comes out to find the kill. After the recoil rework, it's a very, very deadly gun, and it's always been. Retirement home giving these guys a run for their money. The meme team versus the actuals. Tempest will be calling their tack time out now as we see Retirement home 2 rounds off of being able to maybe close out map 1 in their favor. And the scoreboard is telling a story. Namingo just having a legacy game with it. It's not bad. We got Snappy coming in saying me and Russian were on a 7-game winning streak in rank before this, so he's locked. I mean, Russian did lock in the second half of the, like later on in this match. He started out a little slow, a little down, but he brought it back heavily. Right now on the side of Tempest, they're just looking for Cam, Siggy, and Yahir to lock in a little bit and find some, you know, some free and easy kills on these old guys. But Retirement Home really isn't giving them any opportunity to do so. I mean, you got Namingo, who's just trying to be that one-man army for a lot of these rounds. Oh, let me go remute that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So, coming down to Piano Expo. Once again, bringing that very heavy intel-oriented style that we've seen earlier. Pulse on board, Solus on board, and then some good utility pieces in Panday, who's playing as that Sentry, and Ariksha as the Thorn. These traps, they're not the most aggressive, don't get me wrong, but they are a kind of an opportunity breaker. You're not going to gain too much on defense by just having them out, but the off chance that an attacker steps through, you're either getting intel of noise and sound, or you're getting some damage, and in best case, a free pick. He is going for a spawn peek with it, and we got Namingo, who is aggressing up here, and Ariksha gonna find the opening pick onto Siggy. Down goes your blitz. Opening kill. You hear, though, good for the refrag, and you lose Namingo early on. So your X Factor has been shut down, but he shut down his shield with it. Looks like we're going to see Sty and Cam go for the basement push, and it's going to favor Sty heavily because he's going to have free intel onto the Pulse, who is still just running around upstairs with his gadget out. Going for pings, tell him right where he's at, trying to shoot him through the floor. Will lay damage, but not enough to kill him. And all you did was upset the guy with a shotgun who is now looking for you. Blackbeard's starting to aggress himself over up towards the yellow side stairs. Sty right there with him. Pulse gadget coming out. He's giving him the live comms. He knows where they're at, but these guys decide we don't need to play this. They dip out. You hear, though, comes up service side being droned in respectfully by Ziv, and it is a good idea to keep drones in front of that guy who's looking and hunting for some kills. Pulse below, feeding the live pings up. He's going to slow walk himself, but they do have wall reinforced. And C4 will lay a ton of damage onto Cam, but not enough to take him down. Panday looking to be that aggression point up here. He's got Greed up there with him. Not able to find the head of that Blackbeard quite yet. But Ziv will find Russian, and that is a hard pick now as you're down bodies. But Ariksha long angle through the ace charge. Gonna take one, and finally deploying more of his gadgets. This attack has shifted just a bit, though, as both Blackbeard and IQ look like they're going to try and hit this hallway hard and collapse directly onto Ariksha for sight. He crosses, no idea that Sty and Cam are right there. The play's up above. Panday looking to swing himself into here. You hear finding another one. That puts him up to 2. It's Greed left to the 1v3. Still has yellow stairs control. But they have sight. They've got opportunities to maybe go for plant. I do not know where Case is, though. Case recovered by Sty. He's going to bring it over, try and go for this plant. Greed in excellent position to shut it down or even find a free kill here onto Cam. Because Cam is extremely low. That one impact would have done the trick. Gets swung over onto you here, though, and you here going to pick it up as we see Tempest clawing and staying alive this game. 5-4, Retirement Home just barely treading water. But for old guys, they look like they can swim. What is up, Brax? You sexy YouTube mother lover. Dokkaebi and Pulse will be gone, and that Pulse ban has got to strike a nerve a little bit, right? And we've seen Russian bring it quite a bit, and they've used it very effectively throughout this map. Got to sting just a bit. But Tempest looking to keep themselves alive this game, and Retirement Home being given some opportunities to shut the doors, just not quite taking the opportunities as they're presented. We will see Russian now swap over to the Azami. Boy, do I want to see this setup. I mean, is he playing to play full extension? That's actually what it looks like. They're playing full extension up top, I think.
seconds
He's
remaining.
actively setting up for the admin side. Site is the complete opposite side of this map. They're going to be playing full upstairs control and just hope that the bottom floor
Locate a bomb.
doesn't get pushed too hard. Yet, shield up from Siggy means we got a blitz rush coming. Popping the pipe early on, that way it doesn't come back to bite him. Riksha is chilling service side stairs. The call's got to be made that this is the aggression point, but Russian has a good spot to actually shut down and deny a fast push in on him. Sty coming up now to assist a little bit. Russian chilling copy room up top. They got to find a way to kill these dudes that are going to be pushing in. Yahir has service side stairs. He's coming up now into the teller's room. And he's gaining some good map control, but he's not really in a position to take advantage of it and get some picks out of it. Execute is starting a little bit underway. Zivin's still hunting for somebody at this top rappel. Can almost see the side of the Azami, and Yahir now has tellers in his possession. The Execute immediately shifting gears, pulling full for this top floor. Sty eats a lot of damage there. Panday landing one to his chest. C4 going out. Will not land on anybody. And Russian walking up. Finding two. Like it's nothing. Bread and butter. In behind. Finds one on a cam. Has the shield behind him. But doesn't get the kill as Siggy plays it smart. Drops it back. 3K up for Russian. The gold standard of surprise, I'm here. Ziv slow walking up. Ariksha playing behind the table here. And they're playing this game of Ring Around the Rosie. Neither one moving up the peak yet. Ariksha gonna find a cheeky kill over onto Ziv. And Domingo gonna close it out as he taps down Blitz. Ladies and gentlemen, we are up to match point right now. 6-4. Will Retirement Home give them another grasp at life? Or will this one shut the doors? The Fountain of Youth still flows, and we get to see, you know, what map 2 will entail. We are 45 minutes into this gameplay so far. And everything, honestly, it has been just a war of attrition.
Need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
It's been a back and forth brawl. The utility usage has been great, but it's been a lot of gun skill in times. Now, the flank game, on absolute point. There's been some good backstab plays, and we see now an upstairs hole coming. Russian bringing out almost the exact same setup that he did on that last one. And I don't blame him. It worked relatively well. Riksha still has his gadgets in pocket. And will he be playing as that kind of off-site roamer? Now, we've seen him play like this a lot throughout the years. Between Malevolent, his time at Riot, all the other orgs that he's helped represent and left a really good name for. He's played kind of this weird aggressive lurk role that tends to fall passive really fast, and it just confuses teams so heavily that the counter to it is either just full clear or ignore him. All that being said, they are droning out his bottom yellow. And now with him spotted out, he's rotating that pressure over piano side. Drones coming left and right. Russian still holding his ground fairly well. Lose one of his Kibas, but it comes right back up. Domingo, though, trying to attack this tap fight, not finding much. We do have Siggy, though. Yellow side stairs up top. Sty covering his back. I believe that is Cam. trying to play aggressively up on these windows. Not going to find much off it. You hear gonna go down as he tries to get aggressive in through bathroom. Panday right there to shut him down. Domingo jumping out bathroom window. Will get dropped on his way back in. Greed, though, gonna find a good C4. Leaving Stadium lonesome up here top yellow side. And a fire going out. They're gonna manage to actually get the revive off for Domingo, though. Which could have been an easy 2K if he would have swung over and fired into that bathroom. Repel coming in from Cam. They are looking to make this their point of aggression through top yellow. However, Domingo has himself a pixel. He's good for 2 off it. It's all down to a 1v5 from Ziv. Panday gonna go down. Map is riding on this. Clutch ability. Finds another one. They're feeding him the ones right now. Oh, Ricksha just not able to find him with that thorn trap. And what will Ziv pull? Plays down below. Ricksha trying to shoot up and find him. Nothing there, though. Russian holding a cross angle with Greed. Bit of a cheeky peek out there from Ziv. He's looking to keep the clutch going. Ziv good for 3 as he finds Russian. 22 rounds left. Got a shotgun close. Greed to shut it down. We got 7-4 map 1 with the retirement home just staying alive. Look at them playing like they're all youthful. I mean, in a game that everybody thought was either going to go all the way or heavily in the favor of Tempest, Retirement Home manages to pick it up and run with it. So, we prep up now for map 2. That one being Border. A map that's going to kind of play out in a similar fashion, I think. It relies on those long hallways, weird flank routes, and all the usual stuff. The kind of playstyle that just made Retirement Home play very, very well that whole map. We're going to see if everybody is ready or not. Solo cast? Yes, it is, Mr. Glitter. Yes, it is. PC League, Riot, put on their own. Noel doing God's work, making a good league come together. And honestly, I've been enjoying like the gameplay we've seen so far. These two teams have been very evenly matched and just having a good brawl. It hasn't been a blowout, hasn't been one-sided. It's just been some good old-fashioned siege. Now, scoreboard's going to reflect a bit of a one-sided story, but it really hasn't been. You know, Retirement Home just took good advantage of a couple of the opportunities they were given. And they're just playing very, good off each other. Now, I'm not going to take any props away from the side of Tempest. These guys, they've been shooting. They just need their supports to back it up a little bit more. Good gunplay has been kind of the difference maker here. You know, when you have Domingo who's dropping 15, I think, 14, and just going nuclear. You need these 3 guys to come together and be his shutdown force. Your other 2, you know, they can clear up, but your 3 guys at the bottom, a little bit of a slow start. I'm hoping map 2, though, being Border, being a classic, being a favorite, will kind of lean towards the favor, you know, of heating these guys up. Hold on. Go in and correct that in the settings. Unks working their magic. Dude, they did. The Unks pulled a rabbit out of the hat for this one. And that last round was just something storybook. I was hoping Ziv would have clutched it. He was at that level, ready to go. Just so close and just not able to finalize that kill. If it wasn't a shotgun, it's his all day. I'm telling you, it's his all day. But Greed with that shotgun there, it's just way too close to actually be able to pull that kill. You know what I mean? Ziv just did not have that one. Unless he hits that first head tap. And even at that, you're still eating a ton of damage against the full HP Ricksha downstairs. Now, map 2 is being prepped up and underway. So let me just go tell them Caster is ready. and we will get this map kicking off. I'm sorry there is a short delay. We're chilling. I think they're doing their Moss stuff. I'm not a professional, guys. That's one thing you gotta understand. I don't got all the fancy screens and displays and we're going to breaks. Nah, we're sitting here, we're vibing. How have you guys all been? I have been away for a month. I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. You notice Ariksha and Greed. Greed has been around for a bit. Ariksha has been around forever, playing on various teams from way back when. Retirement Home will get defense first on border, which may be a bit of a slippery slope because we did see them struggle a little bit with their defenses for the start of that. Like, the way that they originally took it on. I can see Tempest maybe locking in if their players heat up. But the inverse can be said again, it's a better map now. You know, border is way more classic, way more into this old head playstyle that we're watching out of Retirement Home. Let's see if these old guys are ready. Is R in VC4 base. Since we're waiting on everybody to get ready, I'm going to see if I can jump in VC for a little bit. You guys can listen to the voices of the Retirement Home.
I'm good.
What's
Okay.
up, Wolf Forts? How you doing?
What up, buddy?
They're ready. I'm starting. Can I start now?
Thoughts on the game? No, you hear is
Oh.
in the
Okay.
spectator booth. He is not playing.
Thoughts
How
on
are
the
you guys
game?
feeling? How you guys feeling? You guys hot?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're just vibing, bro. We're having a good time. Even the rounds we were losing, like we recognize, hey, just stop swinging for a second, and like we Gucci.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
everybody was getting hyped off of the basement shield play from Russian and Domingo following him in. That one, it's gonna eat on TikTok. And then that Russian 3K upstairs,
Oh yeah, I was.
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
nice.
How'd
That was
happen?
nice.
that was all on stream, baby.
Oh
So-
yeah.
Thoughts for map 2? What are you guys thinking? How you feeling?
Hopefully
fuck
no
it.
map 3.
Yeah,
Take it
but hopefully
home.
no map 3 and like map 2 here. Just fucking be aggressive, be smart aggressive.
We did
I mean,
not mean to pick consulate, or I did
Yeah.
not mean to pick it. We were
I had to
actually
go-
supposed to ban it. That was one.
I
of
had to
our-
go do chores. That's why I was disappeared.
Yeah, the panda
well-
got distracted.
I'm getting out of here. The other team's ready to play. I'm not taking you guys' time anymore. Have fun.
Yeah, you are.
Don't be old. I don't know. Let the fountain of youth reign.
Be old.
All right,
the car you
so
driving,
we are
fuck the
out of
house?
there, and the teams are ready to go. Border is underway, chat. Let's hit it. From just some old school Siege, a classic map. It's beautiful. Some long angles to play for. Some very heavy pressure points to push through. We got to see what these teams are going to will into existence. Which one has the drive to fight through here? And which team is going to get stalled out early on? Either way, we're jumping into ban phase. Right now, Deimos and Castle are off the board, and I like the idea of getting rid of that Deimos. We've seen Retirement Home play a little bit of that cheeky flank game. So the Deimos I like. The Solid Snake, of course, he's broken. He's too good. I love it. On the flip side, the inverse, losing your Castle and your Clash, that's going to hurt the Retirement Home just a little bit. You know, they want to play that Clash. I'm telling you, they do. Ariksha said it.
Attackers need to locate
But the Castle being gone is definitely going to change around a lot of the utility placement and playstyle for this map. I'm very astonished, though, that there is no Mira on board when she is still available. And there's such good angles to set up with her. Extension now coming out over into offices, setting up for break. It's almost like the old heads remember how to play the game. Border is def sided now, at least since Utah. Yeah, it does lean defender sided, but we've seen Retirement Home play a little bit slow to adjust at the start of that last map for their defenses. I mean, once it clicked, and it hit them like a truck, and they started running through. But it took a couple rounds for it to actually fully click in. And with this aggressive playstyle right now that we see on Tempest, with both the Dokeby and Blackbeard trying to get active early on, I don't know. If these guys aren't fully set up, things may get ugly. RXL chilling now. That top balcony, top square, gonna lay some damage out into the backside of you here. Not enough to take him down. Blackbeard there waiting, grenade going out, not gonna land too far in, not gonna hurt anybody, and he does not hit the pipe either. Blackbeard though is chilling, waiting for Domingo to peek, waiting for the over-aggress. Grenade going around will hit. Domingo eating some damage there from Ziv, who's holding that crosser angle onto him. And RXL kind of in a bit of a nasty position. Blackbeard going in, Cam pushing deep. Instead, will be once again stopped and stalled by the pressure. And this team is just able to bully everybody back where they need. Domingo will go down. Ziv gonna find that opening pick. RXL now falling back to break side. The DMR long angle gonna be coming into play here from Russian. And Dokeby is a bit precarious where she's playing at. Opening the floor up, give himself a retreat angle if needed. Looking across Panday up to find Sty. Russian still just holding and waiting. Now ripping up in the other cross angle. He has that whole entire west side locked down. Or east side, sorry. However, you hear trying to fight back against it. Will take him down. But he loses some HP over it. Not that that matters. RXL right there coming up for the res. Blackbeard moving in, trying to get active up onto Panday. C4 out from Greed. Ripped, gripped, and ready to go. But he is holding on to it temporarily. Throws it, goes deep, but does not hit Ziv. Instead, it falls too far back. Panday now dropping back for safety. As we see Greed and RXL both downstairs hunting for somebody to play with. Panday will find Ziv, though, as he is holding archives with his life. Siggy coming around for the swing. Met by a laying down Panday, who is good for 3. Looking for 4. Blackbeard comes in. Instead, he is met by Greed. You hear it there, but rushing with a pistol to find you here. I was hoping for sure to see some more Frost plays, but it does not matter. Retirement Home up 1 on defense already. It looks like these guys have read the room and decided, hey, we know how they're going to play. We know what they're going to do. Let's just run it. Looking over, let's look at chat real quick. Castle Band is compy. Dude, yeah. He's just so good at denying time and building setups and strategy and in safeness in this map. That's the only way to say it. He builds that safety net for rotates and flanks and just overall amazing way to lock down some of these weird off angles that you never expect someone to be in, but you gotta shut down just in case somebody decides to shoot through it. Russian stacking all of his Denoris in one spot. Looking for the kill onto the shield if they do decide to rush that Monty straight in their face. And with the setup that they're bringing, it looks like they may do just that. You're gonna have the gridlock to slow everybody down, cause some congestion outside of sight. And Monty can maybe go in and try for that free plant. Instead, he's gonna find himself with a bit of a foot infection. Pseudo spawn peek out of Russian. It's not quite a spawn peek, but he'll catch him if they run up to him. RXL setting up one for his own. Panday gonna be pinged out by these scans, but he don't care. He's still safe in sight. Oops. And Monty may just rush him down. Domingo, though, laying damage over onto you here. If he's able to find him for the opening pick, he is setting up something awesome for his team because you're going to remove that Lion, that massive intel ability. The pipe is popped by Cam. Ziv now moving in ventilation to help out and commence the push across. They are attempting at least the server overhold. Domingo will go down, though, in detention. And we see Cam just continuing to force walk himself up through workshop. The Monty playing aggressive. This push not coming from where they thought. Ziv is good for one up onto Panday. And almost a free pickup on a Greed as you hear we'll find a rickshaw though. Now Greed trying to battle it out with this Monty. Gonna slip himself back away into sight for some relative safety. Russian though up above almost finds the back end of that Monty. And he is more worried about what is to come behind him. Greed all on his lonesome will be found by Ziv. Now we're down to a 1v5 for Russian. The man who was apparently feeling extremely hot earlier. Extremely low HP. Starting a pre-fire over onto Yahir. But Yahir gonna shoot him and shoot the body. That's a bit of BM right there. Shield crutches going wild. Right now, Tempest is looking like a two-man team with Ziv and Yahir both sitting at the top 3 and 4. A massive shout out to my old homie. Thank you, Mr. TZ Brax. Thank you. 13 months in a row, I feel like I owe you dinner or something.
To locate and defuse bombs.
Wait, you're still subscribed even after I didn't do anything this month? What is wrong with you, bro? I ain't done nothing this month besides relax. Setup is coming down now for the bathroom at Teller's side. Retirement home. After that defensive loss, look like they want to run it back. Maybe run it different. Operator setup just a touch different than what they brought before. And they are setting up a little bit for that vertical. Ariksha loves this east side of the map. Apparently east side stairs is just his final resting place. Once again, shield up for Cam. Rush out there from Russian. And he rushes himself back inside. See the wordplay? Managing to get away safe after laying a little bit of damage up on a Siggy. Not enough really to matter. And this defending team kind of scrambling around. Just looking for a point to contend against. Because right now it's been relative silence from this attacking team. No pushes worthy of note. The only upstairs contention they got will be Ariksha, who is chilling over east side. Everyone else looks like they may be setting up to try and shoot upwards at some of these attackers. And, ooh, Panday from below. C4 up, shutting down the gridlock. Causing some congestion on I-85. You're here to go down to Domingo. However, Panday will be fried down by Sty. It's a 4v3. Retirement home still, you know, bodies up. HP on their side. Ram ripping the floors open, though, trying to create some angles for herself and the team. Cam just being aggressive with that Monty at main door, but backing off. The vertical play will come in handy, though, as Ziv will find Russian. However, as he walks away across, eats a lot of damage there from one of them thorn traps. And Ariksha gonna use it maybe like a grenade this time. Whips it right over to Ziv. But Ziv gonna pop it this time. Relocating down to the bottom of the stairs. Unk just not able to find the angle. Upstairs is in control of this attacking team. We have Ziv, who just now drops down right into the middle of Greed. 2v3 situation. Sty posted up behind that Monty. Monty looking to maybe make a push. Instead, now Sty is getting aggressive on his lonesome. Moving around the bottom side of square. Rounds ripping at Monty, but not able to find him. Ariksha still hiding in sight. Has one more thorn that he can let loose. In comes the Monty. Sty down to one from Domingo. Monty going to be going for plant. And the turtle attempt fails. Shut down by Ariksha. Good for one? Nah, he definitely killed Sty. Instead, we're giving it to Greed, I guess. But the first quarter of this game is over. Retirement home up around. Bans are rolling through. And I will not be surprised if we see that Monty go. He's been a pain for this team. And yeah, that's what they choose. The Soul is coming off board as well for retirement home. I'm honestly surprised by that pick. I thought for sure I'd rather see the Thorn go. A dinner sounds nice. To be honest, only reason I'm subscribed, I never canceled your sub. Wow, Brax. Wow, I thought you were just reliable and a good friend.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Guess
bombs
I was wrong about that. Jeez. Thought you're just an avid supporter and, you know, like a fan. Either way, this defense coming in. We see Ariksha playing as the Echo. As a bit of a change of pace to how this team has been setting up so far. I'm surprised we don't see another Thorn up top east. But Namingo up there, setting up now with the Azamis. Gonna be just a bit harder to clear. And as I say, a change of pace, we see Ariksha coming down vent. Either he's going down here for a safe place to drone, or he's going to go for a spawn peek. Either way, I don't know and I don't care. Rush in, looking to rush out again. God, I can't use that line twice, right? But in comes Blackbeard, looking to try and aggress and push through this Azami. Nade goes out. We'll find one barricade, but not the one that's really good to hold this. However, it doesn't matter either way, as the zombie is not swung out that far. Ziv gonna lay shots out, not find anything onto him. Grenade going across the hall. And here comes Blackbeard, eating rounds and blown up by Siggy. Friendly fire to find him. Panday up for to here. And as Panday drops down to safety, Siggy's waiting right there for him, making up for the TK. Namingo is down. Crawl, brother, crawl. Gets away from the grenade. Russian holding the angle, looking to maybe revive his boy. As he comes across, damage will be laid up onto Ziv. Russian able to get the revive up onto Namingo. And it's nullified, as Ziv is right there to kill him as he runs away. However, a 2v3 situation with bodies up for retirement home is not a good sight to see, especially when you got Ariksha, the pseudo IGL, still alive. He is making some plays, trying to make a splash coming up main instead. Aw, just back to sight, man. You're not going to go get aggressive off of that. Russian with the DMR in hand. Knows he's got one walking his hall to swing him. Puts a round right over Ziv's head, but not able to find him. And he is now losing his cover. Oh my god, did you guys see that thunder through my mic? That's not good. We'll rip the head clean off the shoulders of Ziv. DMR doing great work there. Pistol out, he's looking to push Siggy. But Siggy has excellent cover on that east side stairs from where these guys are trying to get aggressive from. That being said, Ariksha will hot drop, looking to maybe take bottom square and come up on this guy. And Siggy's gonna find one. Still has two more to battle out. I don't know if they know Ariksha's down below, or did Ariksha drop back? No, he's dropping back to drone. With 30 seconds left, he's making the smart team play. Forget the KD, forget the stats. If retirement home win this round, it's going to be a clutch off of Ariksha unless Greed gets active here. However, Siggy with only 10 seconds left, not a whole lot of utility to work with. Out of grenades, out of stingers. And nowhere safe to go. Greed is up behind him. Shotgun to clear him out. And down goes Siggy as we see retirement home bring it now up 3-1. And I swear Glitter may have been right with his 7-3 prediction for retirement home. Oh my god, thank you Honeybun for the raid. Bringing 10 of your people in to come see what's going on over here. Tonight's matchup has been, I mean, just legendary. Everybody has been doing great. This game has been back and forth. I mean, I can't say it's a brawl. I can't say it's tug of war. I've used all my analogies I always go to. But it's been a banger. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen teams so aggressive to one another while being friendly. We've seen some body shots, you know. We've seen a little bit of trolling. At the end of the day, these are two teams that know each other very well. They've been on teams with each other. They've been friends with each other for a while. So it's not just like a league matchup. It's a little bit of a, he's my buddy, so I gotta beat him. Look at this man. Back on East Side Stairs yet again. What are you going to do, RXL? Spawn peek the 18th time here? One of these days they're going to pre-fire you. Panday setting up now, anticipating the fact that they always try and rush through break room to take that top square. And we're going to see Ziv ripping open now detention wall. Oh, camera angle. At the end of the day, that's more or less maybe just a sound bait. However, RXL is right there. Gun up, trying to get active. Being droned out heavily by the buck. And I think he's whiffed over 2 mags now on this thing. RXL, left trigger to aim. Left trigger to aim. Phone call coming in, and if he loses his, that is a heavy counter. Main wall to sight coming open. However, Greed with a pre-fire to find Siggy. Hits Ziv through the wall. Ziv moving up. Will find him. However, a lot of damage laid. Ziv down to 1 HP. Long angle for the TCSG to shut him down. That Thorn Gadget being great. And RXL onto Yahir. Phone call coming out onto Domingo, though. And Cam is just met by the shotgun of Domingo. His phone will blow up and take him down. And now we're seeing Sty into a 1v3. A position you never want to be too comfortable in. So, you know, you never want to get to there. Shots ringing through the wall now from RXL. Sty is down to about half HP. Going wild with the SMG. We see this madman dive over and teabag him. Ooh. 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 The BM out of RXL. Bro is literally 35 years old and doing that. He's prime Tom Brady telling you to hold this. That's nuts.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by the
So, down here now, bathrooms tellers yet again. The site that Retirement Home lost once, they're coming back down onto. Looking for something to make it a 5-1/2 in their favor. I mean, you said it was a defender-sided map. Let's see if they're able to maintain that reputation, or if Tempest will be able to live up to the expectation. Yo, Domingo, you good there, bro? You know where you're pointing that? Nah? You still struggling? Either way, they are bringing a very extended out gameplay style. And with the pre-placed, we see Russian trying to make some wild plays. I thought for sure that was going to work. Losing your Dokkaebi this early on, Cam going down would hurt. However, Domingo with a spawn peek up will find you here. And they are still aggressing his break room side. Mind you, all this action, all this fighting so far hasn't even been in the direction of sight. Zivin just now making entryway up into Armory Locker is going to start clearing over. However, there's a lot of bodies off site that want to contend against that. Domingo going to be the first one in line there for him. Sty will find a pickup onto Panday. But you just gave a guy a bunch of utility to watch. Phone call coming out onto Russian. Looks like Russian may just elect to eat the damage here. Phone down. Zivin will find Domingo. And it's a 3v4. We finally see Tempest now up on bodies, bringing that hungry energy they had earlier. They want this round. They need this round. You gotta have at least that 2-4, right? Trying to rip through the floor. Cam not finding anybody down there. And Greed is just waiting for someone to make a push. Make the play down onto him. Russian chilling down Passport. You know he's got that flank sneaky play. And up comes a rickshaw. But what he doesn't know is Siggy's right there holding. It's going to be a battle of who can aim first. And Siggy will find it as the old man's hands are just a little bit slow. Wall's coming open now. Russian holding the cross angle over. Greed to go down. However, if anybody can clutch this, I think Russian can. Takes the free kill up onto Ziv. Has one on his bathroom, one on his metal. Doesn't see Siggy metal, and Siggy finds it as Tempest will go 2-4. But the split will favor the retirement home. As we move into the schedule timeout, we will go dip in and listen to a little bit of the comms from the side of retirement home. I'm only going to them guys because I know them. There's nothing, you know, I don't know the Tempest guys as well. I don't know how they'll react to me being in there. Retirement home has given me explicit permission to go in, listen to their comms a little bit. But we'll go on about some of these stats here. Ziv 8-5. I mean, looking great, but Cam down 0-4, just not able to get the ball rolling. The retirement home, way closer in KDs. Let's go listen in. Let me mute my mic.
I can go Ying on. We can get Amaro below, right?
You don't have to put a dedicated push to him. I'm just running him because.
Well, I know, but we could put
yellowness.
get an Amaro. Go fucking front door, whatever.
Wait, what are we betting, guys?
Amaro up the hatch while I'm yinging.
Honestly, I don't know.
ACOGs?
Goyo.
I'm down with the ACOG, man.
Mira?
I mean, but TCSG ACOGs or like a
no,
Rooney
not
2B?
the mirror. I don't think the mirror would be that crazy.
True.
Like, so are
I'll
we
just go- I'll just
TCSG
go,
or?
like, Cali.
You want to ban the freaking Cade because it's a TCSG and for the hatches in case they go down.
Yeah, we could.
And then
And
the
then
other
like
one
a
could be
Rooney.
like a Rooney or Thorn or Denari. I haven't seen a crazy Denari thing.
I think a Rooney because these guys are gonna do that fucking castle
No,
setup
Vigil.
on 90
Okay.
with probably a
Vigil.
mute castle.
Nah, you just shotgun that video again, Numi. You got it.
Bro, I can't Deimos the Vigil.
It's fine. We'll Doki call him because I don't think they're gonna ban Doki. That's what
I don't know,
think.
man. They might ban
I
shit.
think
They
we should ban
actually, you
Vigil.
might be right.
So as we roll back in from that timeout, a little bit of game planning going on from the side retirement home. What you guys did not hear though was a call out for maybe a Glaz. Maybe a little bit of trolling on the retirement home side. They want to have some fun while they're here. But was a spot of big deliberation was the ACOGs. Do they ban out the TCSG? And right now, the TCSG, as proven the other night, has been ripping people, dude. ACOG, low recoil, thing hits like a Mack truck. It's worth the ban. Followed in with the Aruni, who is another ACOG with just no recoil. The double shield ban, though, they do not want to see these guys in retirement home make a play like they did on that last map. I mean, we've seen a very, very good shield play out of them. But we'll see what happens.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Oh man, I thought we seen a shield coming up. We had the fuse on board, but nah, they're not gonna pull shields again, right? They only like slammed through last map and assisted with all their clears. Now we're gonna see Namingo bringing out the Deimos yet again. And I mean, last map with him on Deimos, he went nuclear. He was the spearhead for all their pushes. He was that main clear. Instead, I think we're seeing a rush plant set up here as a rickshaw brings out the Amaru. They're going to go up hatches. Yeah, be ready for the rush play. It's underway. Hatch above Ariksha is still closed. Everybody is now getting up into position. Panday going to go up and play against the sandwich window. We got Russian playing out there on AC. Domingo going to get his drones in. Try and be aggressive. And Ariksha going to rip an easy kill up onto you here. But with that coming, we will now see some attention maybe shift over and focus on these hatches. Mira tracked down by Deimos, going to force her to rotate back to site, back to safety. However, Zivin is being absolutely ripped from below. I think that may have also been a phone call from the Dokkaebi, and it was. Zivin is way too low. Armory lockers now being fully reinforced off here by Cam as he moves up. This attacking team needs to realize the weak point in this defense and exploit it heavily. Make the full armory push. Domingo's still down below. Sending upstairs this time, looking for Jaeger. Able to spot him out, lay some heavy damage onto him, and actually get the kill through the floor. Poke, prod, and probe your way up. These guys are coming for you. Russian will go in, start going for the defuse. Sty will get a pick. The Deimos swinging with a shotgun. Russian able to find Ziv. Russian able to find Sty. And it is now Cam left into a 1v. Ariksha gets up behind him. Gives Cam his way out. Finds one on the Deimos. Good for 2. Russian, however, will get plant settled down. And sends out that lion scan. 1 HP in a dream is all Cam has. I think he's trying to battle the smokes out. Whips his C4 and wastes it on the wrong window. Trying to find this battle up here against Russian. Forced back by a grenade. Right into the line of fire of Panday. Attackers, with a little bit of a meme strategy to start, turned into a legitimate, viable fight. And they picked a round off of it. My caster is in favor of the retirement home. I think 4 is being paid by the Unks. You guys. I just like to see the underdogs play. That was my favorite movie for a while. Underdog? You never count them out.
Attackers need to locate and
The team that wasn't even supposed to win some rounds, according to what the trash talk was saying, is coming in and giving you a prime phase gameplay. Say what you will about them being old and washed up. Shooter's gonna shoot. Shooter's gonna shoot. Once again, we see the novelty of the weird rush random strat coming out. Ariksha yet again shotgun ready up on the Amaru to play up the hatch. Panday rocking the beat or the glass. Cam gonna eat some damage off of greed as he tried for a spawn peek and instead is met by a hail of gunfire. And you hear our man down in the supply room. Play him below. He's going to be the one that maybe shut down Ariksha as Ariksha tries to get up and aggressive. But they know. And are we going to see a sandwich jump through? That's the setup I'm seeing so far. Russian will lay Cam down, though. C4 below from Siggy's able to find Greed. And that is a beautiful pickup. As your Dokkaebi is now off board. And no longer a massive threat, one of the biggest in the game. Russian going to eat some damage as he's continuing to rotate himself around this map. Domingo sending the scan out, knows right where the guy playing in his room is at. And may just be using this as a way to try and buy some strategy and buy himself some time. Grenade going out to clean out the hall. Ariksha comes up, has sight control now as he slams down you here. But they do not have diffuser. Domingo does. He's outside. He is the other side of the map. But long rotate coming around. If these guys get shut down and break, this one is over. And Ziv will find it. That's now diffuser down. Ariksha taking the swing battle against Ziv. Both of them SMG-11s. Neither one can control the recoil. However, Ziv is extremely low. Ariksha's down to about half. Siggy playing below. Sty with a long angle over onto Ariksha. in a round that started as retirement homes as they got aggressive and took a ton of space. Has bled down to a 2v4. However, Russian cannot be stopped with the DMR. He will find Ziv. The 1 HP smoke is off board. There's no more C4s up for these guys. Panday will go over, get the diffuser into his hands. And now is not the time to try and play aggressive, my guy. Now is the time to try and get this plant set up and safe. Russian holding coverage. Panday starting on it. Running away. Russian right there. However, Sty is able to flick around and catch him. What a two-piece, and what was Glass doing there? I do not understand that. I'm surprised Russian did not swing earlier. But Tempest able to pick up another one. There's the 3-part of your prediction, Whiskey. Let's see if Retirement Home is able to close out these next 2 rounds, or if we're going to go the whole heavyweight bout. Did I see a Cali?
Attackers need to locate and defuse as
I
many
did.
bombs as they can.
We are now downstairs chilling like some villains. Bathroom, tellers, extension to workshop. Tempest looking like they may try and lock it down upstairs a little bit with Siggy. Bull attackers swap around. And we see our rickshaw actually getting on Ash, which is just an insane surprise given his old age and, you know, decrepit stature. You know, him playing an entry frag is, oh, thank God he swapped over to Sledge. Please, somebody clip that and make sure he hears it. But you hear bringing out a spawn peek of his own. Watching off the side of the truck, they do have Russian, I think, on the shield. And the Mingo is going full sprint through. A rickshaw gonna find the opening pick though, as Cam will get shut down off a spawn peek. And you hear still West Main, still chilling, holding back and waiting. A rickshaw using his time to talk his trash, trying to maybe play that mental game just a little bit. This vertical hold though is in good hands as Siggy and Sty look to lock it down. Russian eating a ton of damage. Oh my God, he goes down. Down but not out. Between the goo mines and the thorn, that man is lucky to be alive, but he stays up. Still has all of his charges in pocket, by the way. And that will be Sty finding the pickup onto Namingo. Sty still in a good position for a fight here. And they've got Russian walking him down. However, Russian has you here right behind him. Free pickup for you here. Body count now in the Tempest favor. A rickshaw is low. Taking consistent damage off of that goo mine. Greed heard you here there. Slowly trying to walk him over. Panday gonna find the pickup. You hear eating some damage. LMG will ring out from Greed. Gets the health back that he lost. And now we're down to a 2v3. Sty dropping back down to the safety of sight. Ziv still just chilling in the workshop side. No C4s available for these guys, and we will see drones coming out and phones blowing up due to Panday. Ziv looks like he may take this opportunity to walk those metal stairs. It would give him some good position back. However, it leaves Sty entirely exposed. And Ziv will do just that. Playing more for the retake. Playing more for the easy kill. He's up there. Ricksha's up there with him. Recoil is just non-existent. That was Greed who got the kill. I thought it was a rickshaw. But now all guns are focused on Sty. No idea if he's been droned out yet. Time is in his favor, but the fuser will be going down from Panday. As the timer ticks down, somebody needs to hold him. We'll see the plant come up and off for a moment, but Sty to be gunned down by a rickshaw who's trying to cover that plant. I thought for sure after he got that pickup that he would have just kept buying his time and win that round off the time. But we go now to match point as Retirement Home are up 6-3. Gosh, if you're right on this guess, Glitter. Oh, I'm going to be so mad. Bro looks at two teams he doesn't know and goes, yeah, it's going to be a 7-3. Like, how do you just know that? Why is that knowledge that's just in your possession? What kind of fortune teller are you? We'll now see Tempest go down here. Basement tellers, or bathroom tellers yet again. Trying to lock this first floor down. I don't know how well they're going to be able to hold it up.
Locate and defuse bombs.
That last round they put on a good defensive standard. But will they maintain that form factor? Cam still only with 2 kills. Needs to kind of activate this game. Get himself, you know, playing well. Get the mentality cleared. Get some kills up on the board. I think if Cam played, you know, was playing good, you can't single out one player. It's a team-based effort. But all around on the board. A couple more kills here and there, and we see an entirely different matchup than what we've been watching. It would be a whole heck of a lot closer. But I will never single a player out. I mean, you look at the other side, same can be said about, you know, maybe Domingo. He's negative on the board. He's positive the game's over, right? That's what they say. It's all ifs. Russian being fast, taking some space. Domingo playing the Cali, getting drones in through main door. And I'm wondering where the actual push will originate. These defenders are spread heavily throughout this map. There's no clear, easy pressure point quite yet. Unless you just want to isolate sight. Heavy instant take, right? Domingo is in, looking for a long angle out of supply, trying to push deep with that sniper. And he's got a good angle for a possible kill onto the guy chilling servers, who has since dropped off back to safety. Live pings coming from Styes. He's trying to maybe set up a C4 for himself. However, he is completely droned out now by Domingo. And Domingo's looking to maybe hold up on this pixel. Russian has a long angle through security, covering over on that kind of Africa run through. Drones are live and coming out. Russian will find that first pick up onto Cam. Green now getting active as he makes his way through waiting room. Russian is half HP, but still alive. And this upstairs hold has faltered just a touch. However, you did just put a guy on Cams. You have teammates who are still trying to play sneaky snaky and coming through this map. Domingo running through now. SMG up. You here will find a rickshaw. However, Domingo manages to get himself right in behind Sty. Sty bottom metal has no idea. Domingo right there to shut him down. C4 rip, but not able to grip and throw. You here gonna go down as well as Domingo finds an absolute devious long angle onto him. 2 guys left upstairs. Siggy and Ziv. Grenade gonna direct impact Stiggy, and his phone will blow up. Russian will go down to Ziv, though. These two need to battle off each other and do so very well. Panday will go down to Siggy. Greed now the only one upstairs trying to take these fights. Panday will blow up you here with his phone, though. And Greed is now coming down to site to go for this plant. However, window is denied by Ziv. And with such little time left, he doesn't have many options. We'll see Greed maybe go for the rotate around. However, timer will dictate this one should go to the favor of Tempest. A hot drop here from Ziv. If they didn't hear it, this one's over. Greed gonna get into sight, but not enough time. And we see Tempest go 6-4. I will never single a single player out. Proceeds to talk about how old a rickshaw is because it's a rickshaw. I'm not talking about him being bad. I'm talking about him being old and bad at a video game. There's a difference. 6-4 retirement home looking to pack this game in. I got a feeling Tempest ain't gonna let that happen very easily.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Swapping bags!
Sorry about that. Had to step away for a quick phone call for work. All right. Bringing it upstairs. Tempest looking for the ace up the sleeve that will change the outcome of this night. Mind you, if Tempest managed to bring this back, we will be going all three into Fortress. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a retirement home fan. I'm a Fortress hater. So if retirement home locks it in here, I can go to sleep a happy man. Siggy prepping to jump out now in Teller's side. The rest of the defense still just up here setting up. This attacking team trying to spot out their weak point. Right now, nothing has been found yet.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
However, they're all just waiting on that one person to make a splash play. Riksha has the IQ out. Is hunting for these guys on drones. However, Cam with the baby shotgun. Able to find Domingo with the opening pick. Siggy being that lone man in workshop. C4 up, ready to deny. Now, Riksha is playing his clear. However, with them just not losing that camera, bottom workshop, they don't have anybody actually droning in at Riksha. He has no idea that Siggy's playing right next to him. Russian takes that upstairs control. Phone call coming out now from Panday. Gives the Riksha the sound cue that he needs. Siggy's gonna have to either shoot this or eat the damage. Instead, he does both. Ate the damage and then got ripped. Russian moving across break room. Has you here right next to him. No idea that the sneak is playing the rat. We'll find a good 2K off of it as we see now Riksha coming up top middle side. Cam will go down to Panday. An OG duo looking to maybe close it out. Instead, Yahir has something to say about it. Quick headshot onto a Riksha. Now it is a 1v3 for Panday, and he has clutched these up before. However, I think the circumstances dictate we may see this map play out just a little bit longer. It was called early on. This map does lean defender sided. And he's using this little bit of a hole to try and bait somebody over to that top east side. And Yahir is falling right into that trap. Phone call coming on to Sty. He goes in, gets hit by the beeper, and Ziv is right there with a shotgun to headshot him and shut it down. Off a 2-round win streak, we see Tempest starting to surmount the comeback. One round off closing time for retirement home. One round off an after party for Tempest. Why do I have a feeling that we're gonna see map 3 tonight? Why? I have that feeling.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
It appears Siggy may have just lagged out of the game, which, if they don't call rehost soon, it appears they're still setting up. Siggy crashed. So yes, we will be going to a quick tech pause, guys. Remember how this game is going so far. While we wait on them to get everything started back up, we're going to play a little game here. Well, guess the rank. Let's see how it goes. I mean, decent positioning. Good pre-fire. Andy's making comms. I'm gonna say gold. Didn't tell me if I was right or not. Examine head level at least. Good sound reaction, but bro is just freaking out over one kill. I don't know. Silver? Oops, I was right. I missed how he killed this first guy. Alright, he's playing aggressive with it. I don't know what he's saying. I don't speak Chinese, but he's making good comms, getting really aggressive with that shield, playing very well. He's making for his team. He was diamond, okay. Nope, no invite yet. I forgot you guys see my screen. Hmm. Hey, I was right. Two of them. Basic spawn peak that wasn't checked? Okay. Weird attempt for a pixel peak. He's playing controller. Decent recoil, though. Playing very good sound. Oh, really? I was thinking gold. Like, he wasn't doing that great. He was doing okay. How is that a clip? How is that a clip? You gotta be guessing it. Hey! I survived. I've seen a calf already, so I know this has got to be like low gold. Copper. Copper. I was saying low gold because I was being generous. Like, I guess way too generous. I realize you guys can't hear sound. They let that be plat now. And I don't know. Give me is he gold? Yeah, he was plat too.
Esse aqui?
Smart peek when he did. Made a good calm. Didn't hit the headshot, but that's not everything with Siege. We see pros hit bodies. Denying as much intel as he can. Aggressive, though.
Peguei alguém que eu não sei quem era.
Smart peek. Returning back to the audio that he heard earlier.
Nossa, que bala na cara da Ashe.
Recoil with the luck of a saint.
Tô chegando. Tô chegando não, tô mal longe, velho. Só vai me falando.
He was silver? Ain't no way he's silver. There's no way that he's silver. You hear this kid's fan in his background. Nice AC system, dork. Oh, he's doing the jiggle when he aims. Yep. He's gotta be copper. Yeah, I guess bronze, but that's an old year one thing. Where like I think it's like early Siege. Where you could like when you're aiming straight, if you want to aim right quickly, you would go left and right. Because for some reason it would like when you bounce, it would jiggle you. And you could get there like to right faster than just leaning right. You would just boom boom. It was stupid. It made for some fantastic clips back in the day, but it was stupid. That being said, I want it to come back because I was good at getting kills like that. Next round.
Bem na sombra aqui, ó. Mira.
Ooh.
Tá, vou dronar.
Aí você vai descer, Ben.
I don't speak Spanish. I mommy.
Tem garagem ainda?
Não.
Não, garagem não.
I mommy.
Caveira, Thales. Caveira e um porta-bom.
Giving good comms though, like
Na porta.
beating his team live pings a little bit ballsy, but a good pre-fire, smart pre-fire, long angle as well.
Carrega.
I was thinking plat, and I'm like, nah, I'll give him M because of that pre-fire, but you know, I can see him being plat.
Ja, 79 ist 79.
The fact that it's a
Was
caviar
geil
clip
finde ist,
already tells me these guys
man
have got to be
Mate
silver.
wittet einfach. Paul. Ranked-Runde, ne? Du musst verstehen, Ranked-Runde. Ein Tor Rückstand, 3,5 Minuten left. Was tut mein Mate? Warte mal. Rate, was mein Mate tut. Ich meine, das ist eigentlich offensichtlich.
Makes sense. Did I get an invite yet? Yes, I did already. So, we will be jumping back into this game here momentarily. Remember, Retirement Home was one off of putting the game away. Meanwhile, Tempest was on the rise. They were fighting to make this comeback. They were like hard pushing for it. We're all in game now. Caster is ready. And I mean, I think these guys are just ready to see what happens here. I'm heavily invested now in this match. The comeback off Tempest has just been flawless. But Retirement Home haven't been no slouches either. I mean, it just looks like they may be letting this map get away from them. And Tempest have been absolutely abusing their defensive advantage. We are going over bans right now. They're punching everything in. In case you're wondering, I think it was Blitz, Monty, and Deimos for the first 6. No, I don't know what the bans are. I do not remember. And we may be taking another rehost break. But let's see what these guys work out, because I got no idea. Everybody's just doing something. I don't know. At this point, I'm just lost. That was an odd one. Either way, we are now jumping back into the game. I'm sorry about all the delays and whatever I just had to get up and do because that was interesting. Map 2 is officially back. What will the Retirement Home do with their final attacking round? Where's my phone when I need it?
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Sorry, there's like fire trucks all over the place outside. I don't know if my mic is picking them up going by or not, but they're flying up and down the road right in front of my house. And downstairs to Ventilation Workshop, we are seeing Tempest break out an old-time strategy. And did I just see that right? A bandit on a shield to deny the explosives. However, it doesn't stop an ash charge landing right next to it or a grenade that comes in. That's what the Jaeger is for. We see a preparation for a bit of a rush play now coming out of Retirement Home. They've got the guns up. Let's see if they can back the attitude that they have shown throughout the start of this map. Yahir has been pinged out now by the Solid Snake. That's good intel for both teams. Snake knows where one's at, but they know that there's a snake on board right now, and it gives them the possibility to maybe bait off of one another just a little bit. Stein now being pinged out. We will see Greed go break open the window for Ventilation side. Vertical is being played though. Castle barricades are up, but the upside down rappel from Greed may have something to say about this. The rest of this attacking team still struggling to find any sort of purchase. Rush in just goes in to try and go wild. However, with no coverage on his server side, there's a good possibility when he goes in, Stein might just swing him down. Yahir's running up now, trying to take this fight against Russian, trading off Russian, or Yahir eats some damage. Call coming out now, up and on to the castle. And he takes a second to go ahead and try and shut his phone off. Instead, it blows up. He eats the damage. Namingo will find Yahir. And Namingo gonna find Siggy. Kim rushes straight into Russian, who runs his way into Ziv. Namingo, good for 3. Hunting for number 4. Ziv will find it up on a Panday. Namingo through the floor to shut Ziv down. What a shot. That one's going to close us out tonight as we go 7-5 for map 2. That was just insane. I can't believe it. The retirement home, proving the Unks still got some swagger left in them. Managed to bring home an absolutely insane round. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all we're going to have time for tonight. I want to thank you all for coming out, supporting me, my welcome back stream. Expect plenty more in these upcoming weekends and weeks, and any time I get the chance, because I've missed this. I've missed the community. I've missed all of you guys. But we are back. No more having fun playing games. No, that still has to happen. I had a lot going on in my life lately. I need that in it. But expect some more streams, because this has been just an eye-opener. I appreciate you guys all for coming out. Massive shout out to Noel and the rest of the people over here at Riot. RXL has been beautiful so far. And to retirement home, you guys, keep kicking it. To Tempest, frag power, man. Couple more kills here and there. That flips the entire tide of every game we've had. But anyway, that's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a great night. I appreciate everybody for coming out. Till the next one. Toodles.